Good morning. Are you ready for our first coffee chat outside? Because it is a gorgeous day in the neighborhood. The sun has come out to play. It was cloudy, but the clouds have gone away and now the sun is out shining, doing its thing. So let's have a coffee chat. If you're having a cup of coffee or tea, cheers. Here's to a wonderful day. And we'll see if Miss Lois comes outside. She was sleeping in the chair when I came out here, so we will see. Yeah, if we hear her little meows. Yeah, you should not film me. That's where she is. She's sleeping. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's have a coffee chat and talk. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully I don't squint, but if I do, it's because of the sun. The sun is right there, so I should be okay. Yeah, I feel like I should have brought the sunglasses out. Yeah, so it is Wednesday. Boys are in school. This is our first week back since March break. It was so nice, March break. Oh, yeah, but then going back to school, and the first couple of days, it is rough because first week you have no schedule, you know, and you stay up a little bit later, you sleep in, right, and you're just enjoying yourself, and then reality kicks in the butt the first couple of days, and it's back to routine. Yeah, all good things must come to an end. So yeah. Tim Hortons coffee. Yeah, the hubby had a free coffee yesterday, and when he has a free coffee he gets an extra large, and that is way too much coffee for me. I already had my first cup when he brought it home, and an extra large is pretty much two of like the size mug, which is like probably somewhere between 15-20 ounces. And I usually have 2 cups a day, so I only had half of that coffee. This is the other half. But it was not a roll up the rim cup. Maybe they ran out of the extra large, so I'm not sure if they still have roll up the rims, but in the smaller sizes. I don't know, but I'm done playing anyways. Because after 4 times of rolling up the rim and please play again, and it's like, that's it, I'm done. I know, it's just, and usually I win. Like my second or third try I usually win, but this year it's like, no, better luck next year. And it's like, oh, fine. And this was like the first year that Roll Up the Rim was back because it disappeared because of COVID. So it was digital, and it's still digital, like in our area anyways. It's the cup and it's digital. So we did win 2 donuts and a coffee on the digital side, but I wanted to win on the cup, okay, and I didn't get to, so I'm kind of disappointed, Tim Hortons. Yeah, and like doing it digital just isn't fun. Like it is all you do. That's not fun. No, I like having it on the cup and I use my teeth to roll it up. Yeah, I just don't like seeing the word please. Yeah, no, it's like, because you know, play again follows, and yeah. But it was nice having it back, though. Yeah. Alright, so yesterday, if you saw my short, I went to the library. My next book that I put on hold, the last one I was waiting for to come in, the Kate Morton, it's inside. What is it called? I can't remember. I'll put it down on the screen. But it's her newest book from 2023. She's thick. She's going to be a good read, I hope. It looks good, so. But that's to be read, because right now I'm reading Jill Duggar's memoir, Counting the Cost, and let me just say, this is really good. If you're familiar with the show, or you know, you were familiar with the show, if you know, because it's not on anymore, you know, you're familiar with the family, then yeah, I highly recommend it. It is really good, and it doesn't get into detail about what happened to her, so you don't have to worry about that. That's good coffee. So yeah, it's just really good, and I'm halfway through. You know, I'm using my bookmark, my stitch bookmark. Yep. This is how you keep your page, because in the Kate Morton book, I showed in my short, somebody folded over a page. Don't do that to books. Don't abuse books, okay? If you don't have a bookmark, use a receipt, a piece of paper, anything. I've used, because when you check out books in the library, they give you like a receipt, a paper that has all the information on there, the book, and like when it's due. I've used that in the past, you know? You just use whatever. Do you hear what I hear? Yes? Hello? Come on, get some fresh air. Yeah. Say hello to everyone. Say, here I am. Should I have a good snooze? Yeah? You eat some grass. It's starting to turn green. Yeah. And pretty soon we can plant. Not until May. It's still too early for us to plant. But I just want to go crazy with flowers. That's it. Flowers everywhere. I don't do vegetables. I am not a gardener. I know I'm not. Neither are you. You just like to roll in the dirt. Go back in? Okay, that was quick. Usually, that's what she does. She won't be able to make up her mind. Come on. Yeah, because like we've tried vegetables in the past and it's just not worth it. Because we end up fighting with stupid squirrels. And you're going back out? Okay, come on. Oh, going for a roll in the cement. And yeah, they dig up. Or they dig up the plant, the vegetable plant, or they eat it once it's ready to be picked. Yeah. So it's like really frustrating, and it's like, yeah, I give up. I'll do flowers. That's it. And I'm not a gardener. I don't like spending time in the garden. I don't like pulling weeds. I don't think anybody likes pulling weeds. I like what the garden gives you, but it's just, if I could have somebody else do it, yeah, sure. And if I had the room. We don't have the room. Yeah. But it's just not my cup of tea. That was more of my grandma. She was always outside in the garden. And that gene kind of skipped me. So Casey though does like to pull weeds. Yeah. Okay, come on. Yeah, but it's just, I prefer to stay inside in the AC. I'll pick the flowers. I'll do that. You know, I'll water them. I just don't like keeping up with the garden. It's not my thing. So, yeah. And if weeds get out of control, I really don't care. You know, it's just, yeah. I don't know why she does that. She'll come out and only for a few minutes and then goes back inside. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, the Kate Morton book. Yeah, so I'll be reading that after this one. And there was only one book of hers I couldn't really get into, and I think it was one of her early books. It was Clockmaker's Daughter, I think. Yeah, that was the only one I could get into, but I read other ones of hers and I liked them. And this one looks really good too. Homecoming, that's what it's called. Okay, so counting on. I've been wanting to read this since I knew she was writing it, and since I knew that it was being released, okay, in 2023. It just takes me a while to get to the books I want to read, because I have a never-ending pile of books I want to read. And get it from the library, because this is something that, you know, I wouldn't want to buy, because it's like one of those books you only read once and that's it. But yeah, it is, it's mind-boggling. That's the word. Yeah, because what she went through, what her sisters went through, the trauma with her older brother, we're gonna call him trash, because that's what he is. He's trash, okay? And Jim Bob is right behind him also. Oh, I cannot stand Jim Bob. Like, you will like want to, you know, when you read what she went through, you would just want to like jump in the book and give her a big hug. And then when you read about Jim Bob, you want to punch him in the face, pretty much, you know, because he's an awful person, an awful human being. So like I remember the show when the show first came on, and like they had before it became a series, it was like I think 4 different specials. And I remember like thinking, my first thought was, who the heck would want that many kids? Because I think at the time they had 14 kids. And that was my first thought, because that is a daycare. That's a daycare. That's way too many kids. You know, and she has a few sets of twins, at least 2 that I can remember. I think there's another set of twins in there. But it's just, that's a lot of kids. And little did we know, you know, secrets do have a way, especially these kind of secrets, of coming out and coming to the light, and everybody finds out what skeletons you've been trying to hide in the closet, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, but we didn't know, you know. And if you ever watch Shiny Happy People, that is a very good documentary to watch. Jill is part of that documentary, and other people that have been part of that cult. So it is really interesting. I think it's still on Amazon Prime, I think so. But yeah, so the show started off with, because Jim Bob ran as senator, and somebody saw that, you know, he had 14 kids, and he thought, oh, this would make a great special. And Jim Bob seen it as, oh, we can like show, this is a way to like minister to the world. We can show people that children are a blessing. But really he just wants the money, in my opinion. He just wants, yeah, the money. Which, you know, the kids didn't get any of the money, which was so wrong. Like, oh my god. It gets you mad, yeah. So, and like having like a film in your house film you, has its downsides. It does. Like they did get close to the crew members, because if they're with you, you know, like 24/7 almost, you know, you get to know them, and you get close to them, and you do get used to having them around. But it is hard at first. Like at first Jill felt uncomfortable, but she didn't, you know, say anything. She just put her feelings, you know, she hid them, she shoved them down. That's it, you know, she shoved them down. And like, you can only do that for so long, and those feelings come out. You can only bottle them up. That's the word, bottle up. You can only bottle them up for so long, and then they come out, right? But that's what they did, because like, they really, if she did go to her parents, she wouldn't get far. But you have absolutely no privacy, When she had her wisdom teeth out, she was, I think 16, and it was her first surgery, so she was nervous, and that became part of the show. That was a scene, you know, and it's just like, how do you do that, you know? And that's like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, you have no privacy. And like her wedding, of course they showed her wedding. She was the first daughter married. Jim Bob introduced her to Derek, which he probably later regrets, because Derek later on becomes a really good support system for Jill, which she did not get from her mom or dad. They did not support her, or he didn't support her, stand up for her or her sisters. They supported trash, you know, and that is so wrong. You always support your daughters, like, yeah. But, you know, she didn't know it any better, you know, of course, and they have this thing, umbrella of protection. It's so stupid. But even if you are married, the father still has, like, control over you, and she always wanted to be the good Duggar daughter. She didn't want to disappoint, you know, her parents, because then that would be like, you know, sinful rebellion, you know, in her eyes, you know. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like, it's just crazy. Just, you know, just light the umbrella on fire. You don't like, get out of there. Like you don't like, even married, the father can still have control. It just is crazy. Like, yeah. But Derek became her supporter and, you know, really had her back. She signed a contract she had no recollection of signing. She signed it on her wedding because Jim Bob was that sneaky, told him it was for something else, and she signed it because they were on a missionary trip somewhere in, I forget where, but it was somewhere, and this was when the news of trash came out. I think about the Ashley Madison. I think that's when it came out. It was around that time, and they didn't want any more attention on them that was already on them, and they were in a dangerous place. It was a gang related area, okay, but if you were involved with a church, you were pretty much safe, which is just, it's just, oh my gosh, it was, yeah, crazy. It was that kind of part of the world. And I remember this being on the show, on Counting On, and the producer, one of the producers, was like they were talking back and forth between them because there was going to be like a family trip, and he was like, okay, so like when do you want the tickets, like on what date, what time? And they were like, no, we can't go because we have a commitment. We gave our word that we are here to, I think it was sometime in summer, you know, we're here for this long. We gave our word, you know, we want to stick to our word and stay for when we said, you know, that when we were going to stay for. And they wouldn't listen. The TLC producers and Jim Bob had too much control, and TLC would pay for everything. So like when they first started doing the specials, when they went grocery shopping, TLC paid for the groceries. So if they didn't get what they usually would get, they got stuff like they would hardly ever get, would like never get, like Lucky Charms cereal. I would do the same thing. If somebody was going to pay for my grocery bills, absolutely, I would pick stuff that I normally wouldn't buy too. So like they would pay for trips and all of this. Okay, TLC paid for a lot, and they were trying to like get Jill, and this was like the first time, you know, Jill kind of stood her ground, you know, and said no, because like, you know, we made a commitment, and Derek was there right behind her, and of course Jim Bob got involved, of course, and you can tell he didn't really sound happy, right? He did not sound happy. He sounded like he was frustrated, and you know, and then there was like a kind of like that kind of argument going on between them, and you know, because like they weren't listening, no matter how many times they said, you know, listen, we gave our word, we're here until this date, we can't go on this trip. And of course I wanted them to go because that was the name of the show, what Jill and Jessica Counting On, and I think that later on got dropped, yeah, but and then it just became Counting On. But they wouldn't listen, and then of course Jim Bob gets involved, and then they ignore Jim Bob's calls, and then the next morning, guess who's on the doorstep? Jim Bob and Michelle. That's where I left off. I'm yeah, in the middle. I'm on chapter 6, but yeah, yeah. We wanted to come and see you, said Pops after an awkward pause. Didn't we, Michelle? She nodded, and Pops put the phone away. He looked right at me. I could feel the wall's edge closer, and I braced for impact. I realized I was a little harsh, he said. I'm sorry for some of the things I said. I reached for Derek's hand. If ever I needed to be reminded that my husband and I were united, it was then. Yeah. And it's just like, oh my gosh. So, yeah. You know, that's where I am. If Jim Bob got his way, and she did, they probably, I can't remember what happened, if they did go, I think they probably did. I'm on No Agreement, chapter 6, so, and it looks like they did, the first week of August. Oh wait, no, maybe they were done. Yeah. Anyways, I'll read on and find out if they, you know, did, you know, go back when they want to go back, or when Jim Bob wanted them to go. So, but yeah, and then like, you know, they were because like, you know, he was like, you know, you never got paid, like you've been on the show for like this many years, you never got paid. And their wedding was on the show. They had People magazine pictures interview, I think, for the wedding and when they had their first son. And I did not get like a dime, of course not, you know. And this show was counted on. This, like, you know, when this was about to air, and Jim, Bob, and Michelle were supposed to have nothing to do with it. They were not supposed to be on the show, which is great because we don't want to see them. Okay, we've had enough seeing your faces. We don't want to see them ever again, you know. But what happens is, you know, a couple, you know, 2-3 seasons in, and it's like, oh, wow, look who weaseled away in front of the camera. Jim, Bob, and Michelle. Like, are you kidding me? You know, like, come on. So, going back to the money, because Derek was, like, arguing with them, you know, and Derek just kept pushing, and this is why I'm saying, oh, Jim Bob probably regrets, you know, because he kind of set them up, you know, because he was like, oh yeah, I know this guy, and you know, he would talk to Derek on the phone, and like he'll have him on speakerphone, and Jill would be there, and then Jill and Derek would talk to each other on the phone and on Skype. And when she was going to meet him, he was in Nepal at the time, and she was going to meet him. And remember, the show has a lot of control, right? And she went to one of the producers that she was close to, and she said, you know, listen, I'm meeting this guy for the first time, and this is a potential, you know, husband, and we know he eventually does become her husband. But back then, she didn't know, right? You know, you have to meet the person. And she said, listen, if it doesn't work out, can we just not air the episode? But of course, you know, oh no, yeah, you know, we can't do that because, you know, makes good TV. That's why. They have money in their pocket. That's why. So, yeah. Like, can you imagine, like, you're meeting a guy for the first time, you're already nervous. So add, like, I would say 50 times more nerves, you know, because you have cameras around you, you know, and it's just like, you know, like, yeah, no privacy, not even when she gave birth. But she did kind of stand her ground. She didn't have the cameraman in there with her. She kind of compromised on that. Her mom and Jana took clips, so yeah. But yeah, no privacy, you know. And then, like, when the thing happened with I think when Ashley Madison came out with trash, she started to wake up, you know, because she was like, why isn't, like, you know, her dad, you know, standing up for her, you know. Yeah, and she started to wake up and start to think. So it was really good, yeah, what she went through. Yeah. I think Ginger has written a couple books, but I was really never interested in her book. You know, in her book, so I was more interested in her book. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, if you ever watch the show, you know the family. This, definitely a good read, a must read. Yeah. Oh yeah, and they would talk about, like, you know, the cult leader Gothard, and they would have like these seminars, and Jana got picked, and oh, I forget, but it's like, oh yeah, of course it made sense because she was blonde and Gothard liked blondes, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's not what you want to hear, why she got picked. And there was a lot of bad stuff that happened during those, yeah, during those things. Men that think they can get away with anything, you know. Well, but it's not their fault. Oh, no, it's the woman's fault. BS. I know. Yeah. It's just terrible. But I'm glad she has Derek, and during this time she had Derek. You know, that he was the support that she never had, that she should have had with her parents. He stood up for her, and yeah, supported her. Yeah, that's as a good husband should. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, really good book. I'm hoping to finish it today. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Oh, and they were not allowed to dance. Oh my gosh, the word dancing wasn't allowed. Like that. Yeah. Because if you dance, you're attracting attention to certain areas of your body that you don't want to do. I know. So dancing was definitely off limits. Yeah. Definitely no twerking. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's something else. It just really is. Yeah, Jim Bob had way too much control, and so did TLC. Yeah. Yeah, cause she signed the contract and it was on her wedding day, and he told her it was for something else. Never signed anything. You know, read it first. Yeah. Because like that's when they were arguing, because she signed a contract. Oh, when they were on their missionary trip. Oh no, you have to go under contract. And she was like, what? She had no recollection of signing one. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. Oh, all right. I'm gonna go inside and maybe do some reading. And yeah. There's trash right there. Trash. Yeah, he went and got help. Yeah, no, he didn't. Oh gosh, yeah, no. Oh, and like the when the report came out of trash, you know, really, because they were underage when that came out. That report should never came out. It wasn't supposed to. It got leaked. Yeah, I felt bad for her. Can you imagine, like, you don't want somebody that, like, you don't want somebody you love, or like, you know, or like yourself. Like, I can't imagine what she went through, going through that when, like, you know, the news broke and you have reporters everywhere following your every move, you know. Yeah, it's awful. Yeah, but like Josh was he wasn't before Anna, he was interested in someone else. That girl got away. That girl escaped. Oh my gosh, she's probably thankful. But she wrote a letter to Josh. Sorry, Trash. And then I guess, like, she said, you know, because he told her, Trash told her what he did, right? And she wrote a letter. And that got put into a book. Didn't get to trash, but got put into a book. And eventually, years later, somebody found it. I think somebody they knew, somebody in their cult. Yeah. That girl dodged a bullet. Yeah. Anyways, so I'm gonna continue reading, but it's just really fascinating. Like I said, highly recommend. Yeah. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for joining me for our first of many outside coffee chats. And yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh yeah, that's right, real quick. In the news, okay, I'm scrolling on Tickety Talk. I think this was like last week, at the end of last week, last Thursday, I want to say. What is wrong with some people? An influencer, an American influencer, in Australia, picked up a baby wombat, took it away from its mother, and was holding it like this and doing, and you know, the bottom of the wombat was swaying back and forth. Her boyfriend was filming, and he was laughing, and he was like, "Oh, look, the mother! There's the mother! Oh, she's, you know, not ticked, but the word that starts, you know, with P, you know, And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I am too. I am ticked just watching this, because what makes you think that you can do that? Everybody knows, that should be common sense, that no, you don't pick up a baby, take it away from its mother. You should admire it from afar. Okay, but stay away from it. Like, and this is what I do. I don't like the word influencer, because there are influencers that give, because I follow a few influencers and I like them, and they would never do anything like this, so I hope not. But influencers like this give other influencers, you know, a bad name, right? And it's just like I'm sorry, do the rules not apply to you? Because I'm pretty sure they do. Like, are you that entitled that you think you can do that? But anyway, she got backlash. I think she got kicked out of Australia. But did she apologize? No, she didn't apologize. Oh no, her video was like, I had to watch it all because you knew like she wasn't going to apologize. Yeah, she kept rambling on about like something about wombats, and it's like, yeah, if the first few words are not "I'm sorry," you know, when you're making a statement, then it's like, yeah, you're not going to apologize. You don't regret what you did. I would like her to like try and take a baby Canadian goose and see how far she gets. Not very far, because mother Canadian geese, so they're really protective mothers, so trust me, you're not going to get far. But it's just like the nerve of people that they think they can do that. And then there was the athlete, she was in the track, they were doing the relay race, and she had the baton in her hand. She hit the person in front of her with the baton. And when there is a sport thing going on, there's always going to be cameras. No matter what, there's always going to be cameras. Everybody has a camera on their phone, and it is clear that, you know, you did that intentionally. You meant to do that. And the girl in front of her got a concussion and a skull fracture, you know. And it's like, and then the person who did it, okay, she is claiming that, oh, it got stuck on the shirt. No, it did not. That is BS. It did not get stuck. You can clearly see that you went like that. And oh my gosh, are you honestly playing victim? Like, oh my god, people are so stupid. People are stupid, and I just don't understand what the heck is going on. Are they drinking a special Kool-Aid? Because that's the only thing I can think of. Because it's like, what makes you think to do that? Why did you make that decision? Because that was really stupid. Like, you can kiss goodbye any sponsorships, scholarships. You know what? You're not going to get them. The girl that you hit, she's going to get everything, and she deserves to get everything. Like, oh, I don't understand. I don't. You just ruined your career. You're going to be flipping burgers, or you're going to be serving coffee. There you go. You know, like, yeah. That's just crazy. I don't know what this world is coming to. I don't know where these people are coming from, why they think this stuff is okay to do, but it is not. It is stupid. And yeah. It was just, I don't know. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. Just make better choices. That's it. Make good decisions, and don't do stupid poop like that. How hard is it? Anyways, okay, I better wrap this up. It's probably long, but I will see you guys for the next coffee chat. Hopefully it's another beautiful day and we can have another one outside. And Miss Lois will probably join us, because she always knows. She always finds me and I'm out here. She comes out quick and goes right back in. Yeah, it was good. Get some fresh air. Alright, so I'll see you guys next video. Take care, be blessed, and yeah, I think that's it. Alright, talk to you for now. Bye.